Enough is enough. That's what the Puerto Rican people has said for weeks now, forcing the resignation of the governor of Puerto Rico, Ricardo Rosselló. The people of Puerto Rico has been very angry. I'm sure you have seen the images on your TVs, and they decided they wanted to force this corrupt governor out. But if you don't know, if you're not sure what is happening in Puerto Rico, I gotta try to be brief and explain you a little bit what's happening. Myself, I'm a Puerto Rican myself, and I'm gonna try to explain you with my Puerto Rican accent. See, I have an accent. You can tell I have an accent. That's my Puerto Rican accent. Yeah. We normally do this show in Spanish, but I gotta be talking in English today. So some people have come forward and tell me, why you don't do English shows? Yeah, here we go. You have it right now. We gotta start doing some English shows also. So welcome to Puerto Rico and to Mundo Show. Me, El Caudillo, talking to you. We produce this show weekly in our TV television, and I hope you can join us. Anyway, Puerto Rico, if you don't know, is a Commonwealth, it's a territory of the United States. So Puerto Rican are citizens of the United States. If you don't know that, you gotta know, you know it, you know that now. Puerto Rican are citizens. The people of Puerto Rico have been suffering for more than a decade long now. A deep financial crisis. They've been suffering a lot. No jobs. You know, the situation in Puerto Rico has been very hard for the average Puerto Rican. They've been emigrating, leaving Puerto Rico to the mainland and other countries because the situation in Puerto Rico has become very, very, very difficult. Then, if you remember, after the financial crisis, we had this big hurricane, Maria, that big storm, huge, that impacted the island very hard, you know, causing a lot of deaths, a lot of damage. It was a catastrophic. You probably saw the news, you know, when that happened. And over 4,000 deaths, you know. It was horrific. That's the right word to say, horrific. And so after that, we have the Federal Oversight Board. The Federal Oversight Board that United States implanted this group to oversight the finances, you know, in Puerto Rico. They impose austerity measures in the population that was already suffering. You know, the population has been suffering, you know, for a long time, the financial crisis. Then they have the big storm, Maria, causing the big damages. Do you remember that? I'm sure you remember that. Then we have the Federal Oversight Board imposing austerity measures that literally cripple more the economy. The average Puerto Rican couldn't pay for the medicines the grocery shopping was limited to a few items, and bills, forget it. They couldn't pay the bills, and they were losing houses, cars, anything. So the situation was getting worse and worse in Puerto Rico. Then the people of Puerto Rico find out about their own government was involved in corruption, big corruption. The response of the government of Ricardo Rosselló was too slow when the Hurricane Maria hit the island. So Puerto Rican was kind of suspicious about their own government. Why they're not helping us, you know? There were kind of, there was some suspicion about corruption, some rumors, you know, and but recently when they were hit with several arrests, you know, some people, high officials from the government in Puerto Rico were arrested for corruption, you know. That's when the people of Puerto Rico realized, yeah, we having a corrupt government here. They don't care about us. They don't want to help us, you know. So, but listen up. I want you to listen up. I'm sorry, I want you to listen up. That's my Puerto Rican accent, see? The last straw was when some text messages were revealed, you know, about Governor Rosselló scorn for his own constituents. You know, that was the last straw. You know, that's when they exploded in anger. The masses in Puerto Rico exploded. They came out to the streets, you know, thousands and thousands and thousands of people, you know, on the streets, you know, angry, protesting, you know, demanding Rosselló to resign, which he did. Yeah, he did. He resigned. He had no choice, you know. He had to resign. So I want to share with you some of the messages, you know, so you can tell. Some of the leaked messages, he was mocking the victims of the Hurricane Maria, mocking the victim, the people who died, the victim in the Hurricane Maria. Homophobic comments, sexist comments, you know. People like Ricky Martin, the famous Puerto Rican singer. Yeah, they were mocking him, saying homophobic stuff about him, about other women. Very rude, obscene, you know, messages towards artists, politicians, you know, women, and many other people in Puerto Rico. They even were commenting. I mean, they say they were joking about shooting the San Juan mayor. I mean, we're talking about shooting, you know, talking about shooting the mayor in Puerto Rico. That was no joke to this mayor. She filed some complaint with the police, I believe, about the situation. And that's the situation that is happening in Puerto Rico. People have been suffering a lot. These text messages that they were leaked, and people find out about how their own government were treating them. That was the last straw, like I said a few minutes ago. They became very angry, very, very angry, and I don't blame them. I mean, they have been suffering for a long time, for too long, and they decided enough is enough. That's some of the, we're talking about almost 900 pages of text messaging. These people were spending, a lot of time, chatting with each other. And laughing about the people in Puerto Rico. Mocking the poor. They even took a picture. The governor of Puerto Rico, or let's say the former governor of Puerto Rico, he even took a picture on one house that was totally destroyed. And then he was mocking that, in his, with his closest staff, And, we're talking about the governor, the leader, mocking a citizen that lost his house, after the Hurricane Maria. And he was mocking that situation. You can tell the anger. But listen up. Puerto Rico is giving a lesson to the world about how to deal with their own corrupt leaders. You stop the country if necessary. You go to the street if necessary for days and weeks. Doesn't matter. But you fight and you say, no, we don't want you. You have to go, So it is a lesson, listen up, it is a lesson to every country, that has their own corrupt leaders. And you should, that you know what I'm talking about. So we're going to be watching the situation. We're going to be paying attention to what's happening. And we're going to be sharing with you guys, both in Spanish for the Spanish audience and the English audience that I hope I got to gather. I got to do my best with my Puerto Rican accent, You're going to fall in love sooner or later with that, So I got to try to do my best. If I had to learn French, Portuguese, whatever other language, I will also. But we're gonna be speaking. We're gonna be talking, sharing, the injustices that are happening around. Serious journalism. Anyway, I just want to thank you for watching. Thank you very much. I want to thank Kitty Perry and Robert Pepler for helping with this production. Thanks, Out TV Television. And I see you next time here on In Puerto Rico and Tu Mundo Show. God bless.
En este mundo que nos lleva a la perdición.